What is up, crypto world? It's Lark here, and I'm back today talking about Bitcoin again. I told myself yesterday I'm not going to do any more Bitcoin videos this week, but there's just too much news, too much excitement, and too much going on not to do a video. Quick shout out before we jump into all of it to everyone who's been hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel down below. Really helps out a lot, guys. Feeling the support. I'm going to keep making awesome videos for you. So much has been happening today in the Bitcoin world. I can't believe it. Blown away, blown away. Another day of records. Currently, we're at $3,422.73. It's up 1.57% on the hour. Holy cow. But that's not the highest. It's hit over $3,500. In fact, the high was $3,525. Wow. Just wow. Bitcoin is an absolute monster. Look at that. Unbelievable. It's going to the moon, guys. It's absolutely going to the moon. Have you got your ticket yet? I got mine. Wow. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing time to be involved in Bitcoin and to be involved in the crypto world because it is just taking off at a level that's hard to believe. So, what's been in the news? Segregated witness has activated. Woohoo! Well, it's in the process anyway. It is locked in. It is locked in. We still have a few steps to go until all the updates to the network are finished, but you know, it's moving along. So it's really nice. It's really nice. It's moving. It's happening. So, you know, Bitcoin's only getting stronger as a currency, and it's only gaining more and more support as time goes by. So that's really exciting. Another really exciting thing is that in Australia, they are pushing to back Bitcoin. This is really awesome. So the Reserve Bank is going to adopt Bitcoin as an official currency, right? An official way to pay for things. That's amazing. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. This is what we have to see to bring Bitcoin to the mainstream. It has to start getting adopted by countries. Countries have to stop resisting it. We've seen Austria adopt recently. Australia's next. Maybe all the 8 countries are going first. That means New Zealand, where I live, is going to be a few down the way here. But look, it's coming. It's coming. Countries are adopting it. It's going more and more mainstream every day. So good work, Australia. Keep it up over there, guys. Keep it up over there. So that's not all. Big announcement from Russia today. Can't believe this. Russia's done a total, just 180 on their sort of approach to cryptocurrencies. They were kind of, moving against it, or at least not really doing anything with it. To really, they've gone now where they're saying, okay, we can use Ethereum for official payments. And now, this is really exciting news. They might raise as much as $100 million to try and start making their own microprocessors in Russia, to make their own Bitcoin mining farms, which would be awesome because right now almost all the global Bitcoin mining power is based in China. And they really control the market, and they're going to control the majority of the coins come the end of the mining process. So really, if Russia can get on this and actually, start being a heavy hitter in this industry, that would be really cool to see a bit of a diversification. And, Russia's got a soft spot in my heart, so that would be really cool too. Go Russia! Anyway, that's really cool news. Good work on the Russians for getting involved. Better late than never, absolutely, because this is still way early in the Bitcoin game, guys. This is the thing. It is, you might think, I've missed the boat. It's too late. No way. It is just still so early in the Bitcoin game. It's crazy. Plenty of time for everybody to get on the rocket ship, but you have to get on the ship. If you don't get on the rocket ship, you're going to miss out. So that is the important thing, guys. So, big news out of Venezuela as well. Venezuelans are going crazy for Bitcoin. Crazy for Bitcoin. Now, if you might wonder, well, why are the Venezuelans getting into Bitcoin? A lot of countries like Venezuela are. I think Jeff Berwick, he's going to go do a tour pretty soon, going to like Venezuela, Afghanistan, Iraq, and Somalia, Ukraine. all these countries that have been fucked by central banks, that have been totally screwed over by the whole monetary system that we have now. Fiat currencies are total rubbish. Just, throw them out the window or convert your fiat currency into Bitcoin before you throw it out the window. But, it's taken off on a level that you can't even understand. 150 Bitcoin ATMs put in Ukraine. I did a video on that yesterday. The Venezuelans are going crazy. They have almost free power in Venezuela, which is really awesome. So Bitcoin mining has, just shot off there because their own currency is worth almost nothing. There's, capital controls on, dollars and all this stuff. But look at this. A person running several Bitcoin miners can clear $500 a month, right? Because you don't have to pay for the power. That's amazing. Right, it's one of the things that's holding me back from actually buying a Bitcoin miner and setting it up in my apartment here is that I got to pay so much for the power. So it's actually I'm much farther ahead just mining online, which is, it's convenient and nice and quick and simple. But, I would like to have one at home. It just doesn't make any sense for me because my power is so expensive. But for the Venezuelans, they are killing it. Good work, guys. Good work. Bitcoin is going to just take these banks under. That's why things like Ripple. I got into Ripple straight off, and then I got out of it because I thought, what? Screw the banks, man. I know that's going to be a coin that's worth a lot of money in the future, but screw the banks. Seriously, they've done not very much for society, So the fact that these cryptocurrencies are going to, unplug the way that money is done is really awesome. And Bitcoin is going to be the front runner of those. So, there'll be a day when like one Satoshi is worth like $1. People are like, oh, I got a Satoshi. Like, yeah, I've got a whole Bitcoin. That's going to be awesome. So, and this is just, another guy saying that he thinks he has some idea how much Bitcoin is going to be worth. This guy says it's going to be 100,000 by 2021. So that's only 4 years from now. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised. It's going up by, it's increasing at a value of 5 times every year currently. So if, it's worth 5 times as much next year as 15,000. Then the year after that, that's already up to like 60,000. Yeah, this is an easy to achieve goal. It really is. Bitcoin is just going to explode. We'll be thinking about, and by 2021, we'll be looking back to 2017 and go, man, Bitcoin used to be $3,000. I wish I had bought anything when I could have. I wish I had invested something when I could have. It's very exciting. Anyway, that brings up the point. If you guys are not getting your Bitcoin, how are you going to do it? How are you doing it? I know a lot of you guys out there who are already watching these videos, you're in it, you're getting Bitcoin, you're checking out the news, you're keeping up with what's going on, but remember, diversify. And if you're kind of watching these videos and think, man, should I get involved in Bitcoin or not? Absolutely yes. Go get involved in Bitcoin. There's so many ways to get involved. If you're living in Ukraine, go down to your local ATM and get some. That's awesome. If you want to get invested in it, there's so many ways to do it. Anyone who is on Genesis Mining, if you use my 3% discount code to get some Genesis mining goodness, so you can, terahash is $150 over here. If you go, the more you get, the bigger the bonus you get. So you get $100 off when you get 10 terahashes, and so on and so forth, up the way there. So they offer pretty good discounts for buying in bulk. But even 1 terahash, $150, a pretty good buy. If you use my code for your 3% discount, it's just in the link down below here. I'll put you, in the draw to use your code when I do my next update over on Genesis Mining. So go ahead and check that out. If you're going to get, diversify, Hashflare's got an amazing product. They're the cheapest to buy into, which is why I really like Hashflare. You can go as low as $1.20. You can come over here and just spend $1.20 and start mining Bitcoin. And hey, if Bitcoin's worth $100,000 in 3 or 4 years, that $1 of the Bitcoin mining power might actually pay off pretty well. So but you can come over here and get a terahash for $120. I just did another upgrade for a terahash yesterday, so it's a great little site. It's really user friendly. Unfortunately, there's no promo codes going for Hashflare at the moment, but click on the link down below, and you can use my link to sign up with. It really helps me out, and you can just keep an eye out on HashFlare's Twitter. They do have sales from time to time. They'll have a Black Friday sale, like a Christmas Day sale or something. So you can get a sweet little discount and get a cool upgrade when they do that. But if you don't want to invest in mining, if you're a bit skeptical about cloud mining, just go buy some Bitcoin. CEX.io is really easy to go buy Bitcoin on. You can just come over here, enter either how much Bitcoin you want to buy or how much dollar value you want to buy. Just buy $100 worth of Bitcoin. Easy, right? It doesn't get much easier than that. You can come over here on Coinmama. Now you do have to get verified for both of these sites. There's, it's a little tricky to get Bitcoin. You do have to wait a few days. You got to come over, you got to get verified, sign up, go through the process, give them your ID and stuff like this. Don't be worried. These guys are professionals. They do it all the time. But it takes a couple days. If you just want to get $100 worth of Bitcoin, Coinmama will sell you up to $150 of Bitcoin without getting verified. After that, you got to get verified. So you can just come over here and you buy a little bit of Bitcoin. If you want to just buy $100, you can just do that. It's really easy. You get 0.02 Bitcoin, even at $100. I mean, imagine if that $100 in 3 or 4 years became $1,000, because that's the kind of rate that Bitcoin is increasing at. So even if you don't want to invest in cloud mining, which is a good investment, it's super profitable right now and really gives a good return. But if you're not interested in investing in cloud mining, just go buy yourself some Bitcoin. Go to CEX, go to Coinmama, go to whatever other exchange you want to go to. These are just ones I use. That's I know they're reliable, and that's why I say, hey guys, go use them. I've got links down below if you want to go check them out. But there are so many great providers out there from the US. Go to Coinbase, use Bitstamp, use whoever you want, but just get involved in Bitcoin. If you're not involved in Bitcoin yet, you got to ask yourself, why not? The buy-in price is cheap enough, and it's a good long-term investment. The price of Bitcoin is exploding, and it's going to continue to explode. This is the money of the future, guys. Remember that. This is the money of the future. So, thank you so much for listening, guys. Keep it real out there in the crypto world. This has been the Crypto Lark. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.